Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Nicolas Comstock Show on this Tuesday. If this is your first time ever watching the Nicolas Comstock Show on YouTube, please do me the awesome, incredible honor of subscribing to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. All right, you guys, today I am so excited because I am beginning a new video series on my YouTube channel called The Roommate Chronicles. Yes, I am so excited about this because I've been living without my parents for, well, not without them. They're still here, alive on Earth. I've been living outside of my parents' home for the last 3 years, but what you may not know is that I've not really been on my own for the last 3 years. That just began back in April. I've lived with roommates for the last 3 years. And so this series is inspired by that. I'm going to tell you all the crazy stories. People have asked me, Nick, what's your living situation like? And I wanted to come do blogs about it. But because I was living with my roommates, I didn't feel that that was the appropriate thing to do. So now I'm on my own and I'm going to spill the tea. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of background. I'm sorry, I'm rushing a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of background. So in the state of Ohio, if someone like myself wants to live on their own, away from their parents, what the state's typical model is, they would like to try to pair someone with similar disabilities and or challenges. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what I was going to say. Similar disabilities and or challenges. Plus, they want to do this. Plus, they figure, it'll get them to meet somebody that's like them, have similar issues or deal with similar things in life, and it helps the state and the county save money on services such as home health care and all that jazz. So, because we all know it ends up back at the money tree at the end of the day, right? So they try to do this matchy thing, like match game. So, as you can see from the title of this episode is called Roommate Chronicles Meet and Greet, episode 1. So, when I wanted to live on my own, what I had to do was I had to go, of course, meet the people that I was going to be living with. But in order for me to do that, their parents or guardians had to approve me living there, because otherwise it wouldn't happen. And so, I got to tell you, the first time I went to my first meet and greet with the people that I ended up living with for my first year and a half on my own, I was really nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was I going to get. I was told one person was in a wheelchair like me, but they had a mind like, a 5-year-old. And then I was told the other person there was almost 50. He's more high functioning, and I would probably get more along with him than I would with the other guy, even though the other guy was closer to my age. Mentally, he was not. So I was a little nervous, and I had already been told that the parents of the guy that was closer to my age were very particular because they were very protective of their son, which I completely understand. And so I went there, and I got to tell you, I felt like I was on the show The Bachelor, except there were no roses, no hot girls, and this was the frat boys edition. Okay, so I went there my first time. I went there. I met with the parents of the young man who basically, I found out later, who basically ran the house, and the companies did whatever the parents told them to do, which you'll find out in other episodes. But So I basically went there, and it was very awkward. The staff was nice. The staff was nice. I'm still friends to the staff, with some of the staff that was there to this day. And one of them actually still works for me part time. The staff was nice. The parents were very intimidating, but they ended up being very nice people. But like I said, they were very particular about how things wanted to go. One of the things that I did not like in the midst of this is the mom turned to the son that was closer to my age and whispered in his ear while I was there and said, "Ask Nick if he wants to live here." And of course, what am I going to say in front of the roommates? No, this place is horrible. I don't want to live here. Plus, I was looking to get out on my own. So, I mean, that was just very awkward. And I want to make it very clear, too, that I've never lived in a group home. This is a program in Ohio called Supportive Community Living, where a couple people who have a disability, such as I do, live in a house in a community. They live in an actual house, and they share the expenses. So I was never in a group home. A group home, they take all your money and make your life a living hell. So you really don't have a life, to be quite honest. And even though I had some hiccups with supportive community living, I've had some hiccups. Even though I've had some, I totally prefer this over a group home setting. So, but what I've learned is that through meeting the parents of two different roommates that I have now, it is very important for parents with people with disabilities to teach them that even though they have a sickness and they already know that everything doesn't go their way, they still need to teach them things like being courteous to other people and sharing, because in my opinion, they didn't get that, and I will talk about that in so many different episodes. But yeah, this is, so let me go on before I cut off, because I know I'm running a little bit longer than normal, but let me tell you what we're going to talk about in some of these episodes. So we are going to talk about an overbearing helicopter mom. We are also going to talk about you've heard of Linda the Good Witch? Get ready to meet Linda the Bad Witch. And that is her real name, but there are tons of Lindas out there, so it's not going to matter. And you're going to hear about a time that a roommate threatened to shoot a staff member, and you're going to hear about a big fight that took place within the first 3 weeks of me being there. Actually, the first week, not even the first 3 weeks. And you're going to hear about all kinds of stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for the Roommate Chronicles. This is just the groundwork. Roommate Chronicles Episode 1, The Meet and Greet. And make sure you stay tuned, because I will be back and I will be telling you more. All right. Bye-bye.